Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Oddly enough, this is my third attempt to get this video recorded. Today I want to talk to you guys about my favorite basic go-to planner supplies. So I've mentioned in a previous video like what the system that I use to plan and all of those good things. Today I am going to walk through each of those individual items, do little flip throughs, maybe a little bit of a swatch of some of the utensils for you guys. First up, of course, is my monthly planner. This is my brand new one. This is a 5-year monthly planner. So in here I have I've already put in a couple of different like sticky notes and things with a little bit of information, but also like I've highlighted the different holidays and stuff that apply to me and my family. So this is where I like to, this can be messy. I will scribble stuff down. I don't normally do a ton of color coding in here. This I'm going to jot it down, scribble it out, have a sticky note, move the sticky note, etc. This can be messy so that my planner can be pretty. But it is a 5-year. In the back, I know it has like some, like here's like your password pages, which I don't use. They've got habit trackers, which I likely won't use. This is your yearly overview. Again, I likely won't use much of that. And then of course there's holidays on the back and a folder back here. Which might be useful for some like flyers and items if I need to keep them in one place. So that's my monthly planner. Again, super useful tool when you've got a multi-person household where everybody has a different schedule. Up next is my 2026 Colibri planner. This planner is gigantic. So my current planner, it is, again, this is, I'm 2025, I'm using a Colibri planner, but it's like a 5 by 7 by 9. I think it's 7 by 9. This is an 8.5 by 11. So it's a big one. I do love this planner. It is great. In the front pages, you've got, of course, like your title page. You've got your calendar for 2026 and 2027. You've got your like goal planning pages here in the front. And then you've also got holiday lists for each year. And then your birthday tracker. Every month has one of these like hardcover like title pages with the tabs so you can easily navigate. After that, you've got a goals and to-do list page. You've got your monthly spread. You've got your monthly budget on one page, and then the next page starts your week, and it starts with your menu planner and grocery list. And then this is what the weekly looks like. Now, every single week I will go through and I will make a layout on this layout to break it up into the sections that I need for that week. And then it has a note, like a blank notes page or journaling page here as well. And then that is the same cadence throughout the rest of the planner, of course. In the back, you've got, this is the last day of the last week that's in here. If I could pick this page up, that'd be so. See? So you've got your weekly spread, your notes page. And then you've got important dates for the next 12 months. You've got a password tracker, contacts tracker, and then you've got all of these note pages back here. And these are the pages where I will print and glue in all of my trackers for my goals. And then you've got 2 different sheets of stickers, and these are more like header type stickers. So I have that, of course I got them with this year's planner. I have not, as of right now, used, I don't think, any of them. And then of course the very last thing you have is a double-sided pocket folder. I am currently using that to hold pictures from this year. So great planner. I think it includes a lot of stuff. I also, for my plan with me videos and my like all of my weekly plan with me's and monthly plan with me's, I am currently this year using an Erin Condren. I do think I'm going to use another Erin Condren for next year. This has treated me very well thus far. It is simple, straightforward. It's not gigantic. There's definitely enough space for me to play around with my spreads, but also to kind of know how many items I can or cannot write down, because I can't logically memory keep everything that I do every single day. So I kind of keep it to a certain number of items per day. Excuse me, I just had to get a drink. And with the Erin Condren planners, the vertical planners, there's not a whole lot of muss or fuss. They also have like these little folders in the back. They also come with a sheet of stickers. I just took the stickers out of this one. Another favorite of mine from Erin Condren is her notebooks. I'm not going to say I exclusively use her notebooks. I would love to exclusively use her notebooks, but I don't. I love, with all of her notebooks and planners, I love how thick the coil is. And I love how sturdy the covers are. And I never feel like these are falling apart. The paper is always super thick, high quality, always easy to use, just very quality product. On top of using her using notebooks, because I like to jot things down or think in my writing before I actually like write into my planner. So I'm a sticky note girl. I have almost every size of sticky note you could want, in all different colors. Some that are more like small flags, some that are like lists, and then some, I've even got like the transparent sticky notes that are like made out of plastic. So like if you can see like my nail through there. I love those. You just have to have a specific type of writing utensil. I'm a big purporter of sticky notes. I will use like the Post-it note brands of sticky notes, but also I get a ton of different sized and different characters and different colors sticky notes from Daiso. And they're actually relatively affordable, and you get to pick a bunch of different kinds of sticky note. So it really helps me when I'm planning to be able to have things written on sticky notes and move them around as needed, or to write out like lists. It especially helps me with like my content creation and my pre-planning, because again, if I'm planning to record and upload a video, but I need to move that video to a different date, having it on a sticky note and being able to move that to a different date on my social media planner is super helpful. Now I'm going to go through like some of the writing utensils. I'll swatch some of these ones so you guys can see it. Well, I already swatched it, so I'm just going to show it to you now. So when I utilize, like up here, this is this pen right here. This is why I love this pen so much. This is why I have these on repeated subscribe and save. I actually just received a new shipment earlier this morning of these pens, because genuinely I use them that much. But if you look, I can highlight over them without it smudging. And for me, I don't like the smudging. It bothers me relentlessly. So that's why this is my go-to pen when I'm writing stuff in my planner, no matter what it is. Even if it's not like something that I'm highlighting specifically, it just writes very smoothly. I don't ever like have an issue with air bubbles or like any issues with these pens at all. And it writes fine, so I can write small if I need to, and you can still read what it says. Also in my daily planning, I use these Mira gel pens. I got these off of Temu a while back. But for like bills and like income, I always mark those in red and green so that they stick out. Because I've never found like a perfect red and a perfect green. Well, there is a perfect green highlighter for like bills or paydays, I guess, but not red. Like there's not like a true red. There's like an off red or like an orangey red. But so I just use those, and that's the color coding. Now for these markers down here, the first one is this Paper Studio 0.5 millimeter fine line pen, and that's right here. I use this a lot in my Plan With Me's when I want the writing to be a little bit thicker. This next one is the bolder side of this marker. This is the Paper Studio Twin Tip Permanent Marker. This is the 1.0 millimeter size. So again, I will use this when I'm memory keeping planning with me in the videos when I want the font to be a lot thicker. And then the other side is 0.04 millimeters, and that's right down here. And these two are almost identical in size. I don't notice a big difference, but it depends on what I'm writing on. It will determine which marker I'm gonna use. And then the last one is the Sharpie pen in black. And I'm not sure if my Sharpie's just running out of ink or if I was writing really light, but it came out quite thin. So I may need to get a new Sharpie pen if I don't already have one. I have a lot of the stuff that I use on a regular basis. I have multiples of, so that I can replace them immediately and not have to wait to order them. For example, like my Mildliners, I have, I think like two sets of Mildliners just sitting in my drawer for whenever I need them. And then I have an extra set of the Sharpie standard highlighter packs that come with all of these colors. And of course I have like a color swatch sticky note with all of the markers that I use. And a marker, like it's a legend essentially of which color I'm supposed to use to highlight which items. Because when I make changes, sometimes I forget. So I have to go back and remind myself. But again, these are my tried and true items. These are what I use to get a majority of my planning done. Of course, I do use like stickers and washi tape, but those are not really basics. And I mean, for the most part, so long as I can actually use the stickers and use the washi tape, like if, you know, like if you peel off washi tape and it just shreds instead of peeling off the roll, that's basically the only kind of washi tape I don't like. Hopefully if I'm purchasing a pattern, I like the pattern. And then for stickers, it's the same thing. If they're cut properly, if there isn't a ton of white space around like a super tiny icon, then I mean, I love pretty much all stickers, but I'll link as many of these items below as I can for you guys. And then if you guys have any questions or if you guys want to make any recommendations on any of your favorite products, definitely leave those in the comments below. I always love checking out new products, of course. Thank you guys for joining me today, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.